for the USC Football Wrap Up Show presented by Modelo, the fighting spirit of the USC Trojans. Jason Schwartz and Sua Cravens will talk all things USC football. Take your phone calls and more.
Right here on the ESPNLA USC Trojan Media Network. Presented by Pechanga Resort Casino.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's an ice-cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. Come on, move! You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Trojan fans. Celebrate every Trojan win and enjoy the sweet taste of victory with our free donut at Ralph's the day after the win. Download your digital coupon from the Ralph's app to score your free donut at any Los Angeles area Ralph's store. It's our way of saying thanks. One free donut per customer with digital coupon available the day after each Trojan victory while supplies last. Ralph's, fresh for everyone and proud partner of USC Athletics. Fight on.
Now, two pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
These humans get the biggest college football games on DirecTV.
And we don't even get a satellite dish.
Enough squawking.
It's Coach Prime.
Bring it in. Sure, they can get all that college football without a dish, but you still got your passion, your drive, your resolve, your...
Incredible career as a football icon?
No, that's me.
Stream the biggest college football games. No satellite dish. Visit DirecTV.com.
For a USC touchdown.
It's time for the USC Football Wrap Up Show presented by Modelo.
The fighting spirit of the USC Trojans.
We will break down the game, hear some highlights, and take your calls.
USC football is a final, and we wrap it up right now.
Here are your hosts, Jason Schwartz and Sua Cravens.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Thanksgiving weekend. Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. Sua Cravens, Jason Schwartz with you as the Trojans fall to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish at the Coliseum today. 49-35, the final score. The regular season is in the books, and the Trojans, we're going bowling. We got that bowl game.
We got a few lanes?
We got that bowl game.
Oh, okay.
Got that bowl game locked up with the win last week. But Trojans finished the year 6-6, and another loss that, obviously this one, was unlike some of the others this season in that USC didn't lead in the fourth quarter, and it wasn't a one-possession game at the end, but USC did have a chance. They were down by 7 in the fourth quarter. They were driving with a chance to tie the game. So how can you say they...
Because we were going to throw 4 jump balls in the red zone. That's why.
Okay.
That's why. We didn't have a chance. We couldn't stop the run. We didn't have a chance. Notre Dame could have ran the ball 80 times a day. The only reason we were in the game was because Notre Dame was shooting themselves in the foot. Like, the only reason they weren't up 21-0 at the end of the first is because they decided to pass the ball and try to get cute.
But that happens, and then when teams try to get cute, you can take advantage and then come up and get them. I'm just saying, USC had the ball.
I just want to argue with you. That's what this is.
I hear you, but I'm saying factually, USC had the ball.
Okay, yeah.
End of the fourth quarter,
we had a
down
chance
by
to
7.
tie the ball game.
Down by 7.
Yes, but we did not have a chance. If you were watching this game and you were a betting man and you were like, looking at this game objectively, Notre Dame is going to win this game, and it shouldn't even be as close as what it was.
Are you talking money line or spread?
I don't gamble.
Oh, you don't know what those mean?
No, I don't. Those are foreign words to me.
Look at
Who
this.
set
This
the
is
fire alarm off?
2 weeks in a row.
Parker.
We got the fire alarm going.
Parker.
And they got it this time.
Okay.
866-961-ESPN is the number to call. 866-961-3776. Get in the queue now. A lot to talk about with the regular season coming to a close. Again, SC 6-6 in the regular season, losing to Notre Dame today, 49-35. Sua, I guess initial thoughts from you on what we saw over the last 3.5 hours?
It's just exactly what I expected. Exactly what I expected from just the ball. They had an athletic quarterback who cannot throw it, and he was going to use his legs. And I know I say it to you all the time, and you might think I'm being a little dramatic, but the first play of the game tells me a lot. And Notre Dame, I think, picked up.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
Yeah, I'll say I've literally said it like 5 times this year.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
You like 5 times this year. Apparently, if they get 5 yards on the first carry, we're going to lose this game. And each game I've said that, we've lost.
I've never heard you say that before. Okay, but I believe you.
Whatever. First carry of the game today went for 9 yards. So I was like, oh well. Doesn't look good for us. So yeah, just what I expected. Our offense played a lot better than I thought they would against this defense. They had the number 1 pass defense. They also had a first-round corner that was out today. But just too big, too stout on both sides of the ball from Notre Dame, and they showed.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we saw maybe the best quarterback performance of the season for SC with Jaden Mayava. I mean, it wasn't necessarily
first 3 quarters at least.
It wasn't necessarily consistent. 27 of 48, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns. But just in terms of the playmaking, some of the throws we saw him make, it seemed to me like USC, they were taking way more shots, throwing the ball downfield way more in this game than we saw in the last 2 games. Mayava's first 2 starts, and certainly any of the Miller Moss starts. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, well, it's because we had nothing to lose, so we didn't play scary or conservative. It didn't play to not lose the game. We were like, no, we're going to try to win the game, and if we lose, whatever. And I feel like if we would have had that mentality in some of these other games we were in, we would have came out victorious. So,
yeah. I mean, you go back to the end of the first half with SC down 14-7, and before they go to the locker room, they just come out with a casual 5-play, 78-yard drive in 30-something seconds to score a touchdown and tie the game. And, it kind of felt like the first time this year that we really saw the leash kind of come off the offense, where it was just open things up, make plays, that explosiveness, the ability to get 30 yards on a throw downfield. We saw that a bunch today.
Yeah.
And then success from the running game, too.
Yeah. Well, because we were taking shots, Notre Dame had to, back up their DBs and get their linebackers to play a little bit off the ball, which opens up the run game. And these are the cliche sayings that everybody's sick and tired of hearing. But when the pass game is working, it opens up holes for the run game. When the run game is working, it opens up for shots downfield. And even with Woody being out, we were still able to be effective on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, Woody goes out in the first half, and then you see Quentin Joyner, 10 carries, 83 yards, over 8 yards per carry. Jackson had 71 yards on 6 carries. That's almost 12 yards per carry. I know a lot of that came there in that final minute when the game was already done. But yeah, to see those numbers on the ground and to see the offense that SC put up, I think Notre Dame, I heard Pete say that in the first half, USC put up more passing yards against this Notre Dame defense than any other team has done in a game all year.
Yeah, they had the number 1 pass defense in the nation going into, and again, they had their best DB was out this game, so that's why we were attacking their backup corner all game long. But yeah, just being aggressive. When a team has everything to lose and you don't have anything to lose, you can be aggressive.
But then the frustrating part too, then, of course, it's been the frustrating part all year, is that here we are in a 1-possession game in the fourth quarter, and you just look back at the previous 3 quarters, and you've got your positives, of course, but the little things, they add up. And I'm thinking about the 4th and 2 in the first quarter that SC gets 1 yard. Yeah. We don't get the ball over the line to gain. We got the 4th and 3 late when kind of threw a bomb downfield. It wasn't a high percentage play there. And then again, the little things that just add up throughout the game. The final score makes it look like it wasn't as close as it was throughout. Obviously, Notre Dame gets those 2 100-yard pick sixes, which is just
ridiculous,
insane.
Not going to beat a team like Notre Dame shooting yourself in the foot. And some of those 4th and 2s that we didn't pick up were because it's kind of like the problem we had with Miller Moss. Like, Jaden didn't even look to run on some of those inside zone schemes where he had a pull option. It just seemed like Jaden, even the last few weeks, it's just that mobile quarterback we thought we were going to get just didn't show up.
4 runs for Jaden today. he netted 11. He was sacked once, so that factors in there. But and 2 of those runs, at least 2, were the goal line sneaks to get in the end zone. So yeah, we did not see a lot with Jaden Mayava's feet. All right, just getting started here on Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo. 866-961-ESPN. 866-961-3776 is our number. Notre Dame beats USC 49-35. If you're driving home from the game or wherever you are watching the YouTube stream, listening on ESPN 710 or across the ESPNLA USC Trojans Media Network, give us a call, get in the queue. Let's talk about USC football now that the regular season is in the book. Still a bowl game to come. We don't know which one that's going to be just yet. We kind of have an idea of what the possibilities are. We'll talk about that as well. Hey, Trojan fans, want the inside scoop on this game and all things Trojans? Be sure to sign up for the 3 Torches presented by Smart & Final. It's a free newsletter that'll hit your email inbox 3 times a week with game info, player insights, and more. Go to usctrojans.com/3 Torches and sign up. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Before we get to the calls, we've got the highlights. We'll let you know how it all sounded. Pete Arbogast's calls of USC's 49-35 loss to Notre Dame today at the Coliseum. Coming up when we come back on Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo on the ESPNLA USC Trojans Media Network.
Hey, Trojan fans, we've got some big news. USC Credit Union just got even bigger. Now everyone in LA and Orange counties can join the team. Here, you're not just another face in the crowd. You get better rates, bigger savings, and profits that go right back to you. This isn't just banking. It's not-for-profit banking, where you come first. With access to the largest shared banking network nationwide and on-the-go mobile banking, managing your money has never been easier. Ready to join something big? Open your account in minutes at usccreditunion.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Love staying ahead of the game with the latest tech? Meet Helium Mobile, the first phone carrier powered by the people. Experience coverage from the nation's largest 5G network and a network built by people like you. For just $20 a month, get unlimited talk, text, and data. Plus, earn crypto for contributing to the network, which you can use to pay your phone plan. Whether you're a USC Trojans fan, student, employee, or just trying to save a buck on your phone bill, Helium Mobile is for you. Make the switch today at HelloHelium.com. Fight on.
No matter what you're looking for in a non-alcoholic beer, there's only one name that has it all. Athletic Brewing Co. Full flavor? It's athletic. Huge variety? It's athletic. Award-winning styles you can get online, at the bar, or the grocery store? It's athletic. In fact, when it comes to amazing non-alcoholic beer, there's no question. It's athletic. Ask for it and find out. Go to askforathletic.com to find your closest retailer today. Near Beer.
It's time to recharge, reconnect, and rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. And with your resort favorites back in action, there's all of the excitement and comfort you love with the peace of mind you can depend on. So whenever you're ready for a little rest, a little relaxation, and a lot of fun, we'll be here. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino today.
Hey, it's Travis. This is USC Notre Dame on the home of the Trojans. We'll be all over on Monday morning on the Trav and DeMarco Show at 9 a.m. right here on 710 ESPN. Fight on.
Hey, Trojan fans. Trojan, a sweet taste of victory with the free donut at Ralph's the day after the win. Download your digital coupon from the Ralph's app to score your free donut at any Los Angeles area Ralph's store.
Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. Sua Cravens and Jason Schwartz with you, getting your reaction soon to USC's 14-point loss to Notre Dame today at the Coliseum. We got listeners calling in, usual suspects. Going to be hearing from everyone today. The regular season finale.
No highlights.
Trojans 6-6.
No highlights, bro. Come on.
What do you want to do?
Let's get straight to the calls.
As they say, as Pete would say, we are contractually obligated.
Are we contractually?
I don't know.
Contractually obligated?
I don't make this decision.
Parker, are we contractually obligated to do highlights? Parker says no.
Parker says no. Then we can put this on Parker and move on.
Yeah, put it on Parker.
Is that what we want?
Or Jerry. He's not here, so.
No, I think Pete's back in the car. He wants to hear how the game sounded, and I'm sure some others do as well. So sorry, Sua. Overruled.
Okay.
Overruled.
Let it rip.
We don't have to call them highlights today if you don't want to.
Let's rotate.
Let's go.
Rotate.
All right. Let's get things started here at the end of the first half. Trojans were down 14-7, and Jaden Mayava took them on a pretty impressive ride quickly down the field. It finished with a touchdown pass to Jacoby Lane that tied the game heading into the locker room.
Mayava with the ball, fires a strike to Jacoby Lane, and he's in the end zone for the Trojan touchdown, and they've come all the way back at the end of the half, and they're going to tie it up with just seconds remaining in the half. The Trojans get a score that they desperately needed.
Nice to see Jacoby getting the end zone back-to-back weeks. He kind of disappeared after the Wisconsin game, so good to see him back in action.
Yeah, Trojans and Fighting Irish tied at 14 at the half. Notre Dame scored very quickly at the start of the third quarter, but the Trojans had an answer as well. Jaden Mayava taking it in from the goal line for the second time this afternoon.
Double tight end, McCree and Eldridge on either side of the lane. Up under center, he snuck it the first time from the half-yard line. Jaden Mayava, what will he do this time? Same thing, holds the ball up in the air, puts it over the goal line, and it is a touchdown. Jaden Mayava, touchdown USC for the second time. Mayava with a sneak from a half-yard out, and the Trojans are 1 point away from tying the ball game up again. How do you do?
I'm not a big fan of the jump and reach with the ball because, it can get knocked out. But we can, in fact, score from under the center in the red zone. Who would have thought? We like to line up in shotgun.
We did it a little bit later. We'll get to that in a moment. Trojans defense really needed to come up with a big stop. They did not get it on the next possession. Notre Dame scored again to make it 28-21. But then SC did come up with an interception to give their offense some momentum.
Make this guy throw. He's not great at it. He's good short-range passing. And he will here, being chased by Cobb, but winds and throws right side. That's an interception at the 40. Taken by the Trojans at the 50, 45. The return is on, now backpedaling. Back to the 50, 45, and out of bounds right there. Interception by John Humphrey, and a good return of about 15 yards. He ran about 80 to get the 15, but the Trojans get a very timely turnover and have a first down and a short field at the Notre Dame 45-yard line. And maybe the Trojans are right back in it with another turnover by the Irish. We gave it up 5 times last year and maybe built up some equity that way, eh?
And Pete hits Notre Dame with the good old-fashioned announcer's jinx and says the quarterback isn't a great passer, and 10 seconds later throws a pick. So appreciate you. We should that interception. If he's ever had one in his life, let him have that one. That is great.
Trojans next time down inside the 5. They got it down to the goal line. I think this is kind of what you were alluding to just now, Sua. It was first and goal from like the half-yard line. They didn't get it in, so then they went out of the shotgun. There was a false start. It went back to a second and goal from the 6. Ultimately, on third down in this drive, they would get it in. It was Mayava again to Jacoby Lane.
Mayava back in, winds and throws. Jacoby Lane again. That's his second touchdown catch. Catches it at the goal line, steps in, unimpeded, with an Irish defender right behind him. The Trojans score with just under 9 minutes to play in the game. Pass, Mayava to Jacoby Lane. And the Trojans back within a touchdown. Never say never.
And for those that watched the highlight on that play, that touchdown was made possible on the route that Jacoby ran. He acted like he was running the back shoulder fade to the pylon, which you will throw it, and it kind of froze the DB in his steps, and then he hit a little pivot, like spin back towards the quarterback, and Jaden put a good ball on him. So that was a nice route.
Made it a 7-point game. Trojans looking to their defense again to get a stop, and they got it, and this was one of the plays that helped.
Price in the backfield to the left of Leonard, wearing number 13. Drops to pass, waiting, and he'll be sacked. Jamil Muhammad. Jalen Smith was in there as well for Muhammad, his first sack of the year.
Nice to see Muhammad get a sack on senior day, his last game in a Trojans uniform. So getting pressure on the quarterback. Did it last week and saw the trend continue today.
So it was 35-28 Trojans, under 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter, trying to get in the end zone, trying to give themselves a chance to tie it up, and this was the first of the 2 pick sixes for Notre Dame.
Throw, Mayava looking for the end zone. Look out, that's intercepted at the 2. Returned back up the sideline to the 20, 30. He might go to the 50. This could end the game. Penalty marker on the play. And all the way back, this is Christian Gray, who's had quite the game. That is a 98-yard interception return, but there is a penalty marker on the play. We'll have to wait and see what it's all about. The flag is at the 32-yard line, and all you can hope for if you're the Trojans is that this is against Notre Dame. Otherwise, for the second straight year, a long, crushing play for Notre Dame late in the ball game to probably put this thing away.
And this is where in-game experience and situational awareness is key, because you set up the back shoulders all game long. You hit the back shoulder, back shoulder, back shoulder every time you run a 9 ball to get the DB to start playing, slow playing the go ball so that you hit them with the all-out, over-the-shoulder deep pass. You lead the receiver because you have the DB playing the back shoulder. And right there, we just we set up the back shoulder, back shoulder, back shoulder, and then did it one too many times, and the DB just took a chance, and he was right. And
they kept saying on TV, too, like, oh, the receiver fell down on the play. I mean, that's not really how I saw the play go down. There was some sort of miscommunication, or, the ball underthrown, and Kyron couldn't get back to it.
Kyron beat him on that rep. Like, if he leads Kyron to the end zone right there, I think Kyron has a good chance of making a play on the ball. But when you throw back shoulder 8 or 9 times at the same DB in one game, he's eventually going to be like, okay, I'm going to play. Yeah. I'm going to play this back hip. I'm not going to look for the ball. I'm going to play this back hip, and he made a good play.
All right, just so we don't finish things off with Notre Dame pick six, we're going to go skip ahead. We're not going to do both of them. We're going to finish things off with the last USC touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass of the day from Mayava to Jacoby Lane.
Mayava to throw, end zone, catch by Jacoby Lane, his 3rd touchdown catch of the day.
Yeah, 3 of them for Jacoby today, so that's nice little stat. I don't know how many touchdowns he had this year, but finished with 3 against Notre Dame, something to hang your hat on.
Definitely. And that's how it all sounded. USC loses to Notre Dame 49-35 today at the Coliseum. DirecTV is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Jeweled Shillelagh Rivalry. Stream college football's fiercest rivalries on DirecTV, satellite free. Sua has left the room, which I think means we are going to take a break. Wrap Up presented by Modelo. We'll get to your calls when we come back next. 866-961-ESPN. 866-961-3776 is the number to call. Trojans fall to Notre Dame 49-35, and we'll be back with your calls next on the ESPNLA USC Trojans Media Network.
We're not just the Trojans, we're your Trojans. Coach Lincoln Riley here to let you know how to customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today and show your Trojan pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Trojans. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official retail bank of USC Athletics.
Copyright 2024 Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
There's no place like the road home. Anticipation in every mile with presents wrapped and bags packed. The joy of the journey and the glow of your destination in the headlights. There's no feeling like it. Pedal down, volume up. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer during the Season of Audi sales event.
Tommy Trojan is at the 10, the 5, touchdown, USC! Make big plays on the field and in life. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 with the tax benefits of a retirement account. That's right, invest in crypto with the tax advantages of an IRA. iTrust Capital is easy to use and has no sign-up fees. Don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Make big plays now. Visit itrustcapital.com/USC to start investing today. The official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans. Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment.
If your day sounds like
we need the report ASAP,
you deserve Modelo. If you've persevered through, you deserve this rich golden lager with a crisp but refreshing taste. Or if you overcame,
2 more reps, 2 more.
You deserve this ice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, it's DeMarco. This is USC Notre Dame on the home of the Trojans. We'll be all over it on Monday morning on the Travis and DeMarco Show, 9 to noon, 710 ESPN. Fight on.
All here. Fire. So all you are you ready? Back into the game. Back the day after Christmas, only on Netflix.
There were so many people listening to that just now. They were like, "Where is he going?" What is?
I mean, the show, but he played the game again. Like you won, like $1 million. You who cares? Why
they were
would you
giving it? I don't know.
Okay. and transferred back to the island. Like, oh, come on. I'm going to
prepare yourself for an entirely new. Yeah, I mean, this could have been anything.
Yeah,
this could have been anything.
Could have been,
That was really suspenseful, though. That was good.
Shout out Rick.
You could be the EA Sports guy.
It's in the game. We can't afford it. Don't finish.
All right, 49-35. Notre Dame beats USC today. Welcome back. Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. Sua Cravens, Jason Schwartz with you. Regular season is in the books. It's kind of crazy. I can't believe 12 games down already. Trojans split them 6-6. They've got a bowl game coming up. We just don't know which one yet, but LA Bowl, Holiday Bowl, Sun Bowl? That seems to be what everyone's talking about.
I hope the LA Bowl.
That would be December 18th. Holiday and Sun Bowl, both of them after Christmas. Why do you want the LA Bowl?
It's before Christmas. And I've got shows to do with CBS, so, can't be. And I got events to go to. I've got trips planned. I've got
You're trying to convince us all.
Is there about?
Yeah, USC football with Helen. Let's
Helen, please save me
let's go to the phones, 866-961-3776 to give us a call. And we started off with Helen of Troy. Helen in Texas. Can't be too happy this afternoon, I think. Helen, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm not too disappointed. And I'm sorry, Jason. I agree with Sue. I want to get it done before Christmas.
Thank you.
And what's your reasoning, Helen? Is it because you have a life? Is that was
yes, that's true. But I don't know. Just kind of I don't mind it being whatever. I don't make that decision.
I vote LA Bowl too, by the way. But
about it
feels like we're kicking a dead horse, Helen.
Yeah.
I just think the Trojan family will enjoy SoFi Stadium more than the other options, and I'm looking out for everybody else.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why. That's the only reason you want
holiday season.
Okay.
December 18th in LA sounds good.
That's kind of you, Jason. This was a real game. It was a really good game. Not the result we wanted, but it was a very good game nonetheless, the football. You got to admit that. And our O-line has improved quite a bit since the beginning of the year, and our defense has definitely improved. They sacked, they applied pressure, and they got an interception. Yay, Humphrey. I hope Woody gets well soon, and it was one of my great pleasures in life to watch him run that ball. He's going to have a great NFL career. And we had Quentin and Zachariah and Makai and Jacoby all step up when he couldn't play anymore. And one of my favorite players, Deuce had a good day. Next year, if he stays, we should hear Deuce a lot. And the 2 personal fouls resulted in touchdowns, and it changed the vibe of the whole game. There is no excuse for personal fouls. If I was down on the field, I'd take a paddle to those guys. I'm dead serious.
Did you go to a
Well, I was a teacher, and I do not. Personal fouls make me totally crazy. Somebody, and I'm small, I'd go up and smack them.
Did you see that Notre Dame guy punch our player in the face?
Well, yeah, that wasn't right either. I'd smack him too. So,
Helen, the enforcer.
I should be down on the field with my paddle.
Helen, I would have loved to see you in the mix for Ohio State, Michigan today.
Yeah, I got to watch that. You realize we could have gone into overtime. Also, if the games were only 53 minutes, we'd be undefeated. That's kind of like what our whole season's been this year. Expectations ran very high for this year. Hopefully, lessons will be learned for next year and not repeated, like more sacking, more rushing the passer, more intercepting. We started off great, then got and then picked up again. So I guess it's a learning year. I'm too old to keep having these. I want to go to a national championship. So anyhow, I love you guys. Thank you for always being so kind to me and putting me on the radio. And Bart's right here. Say fight on, honey.
Fight on.
Mr. Helena Troy.
I went to Notre Dame, and she's here, too. Say fight on, Brandy.
I'll never say fight on.
Wow.
Oh, this is good. This is compelling.
Yeah.
Well, blood, what can I say? So, she's a good daughter, though. So, anyhow, it's been a pleasure, and I just want to wish you guys a fantastic Merry Christmas and a fantastic New Year. And, Sue, it sounds like you're going to be making big bucks doing stuff for CBS and everything. Are you even bothered to coming back to us lowly college football team next year?
Oh, wow. To be determined, Helen. I'm going to have my people reach out to their people.
Sue won't even buy us lunch.
Well, if you do come back, at least come the first game so we can all say, well, we knew him when.
Well, Helen's right. I might, free agent until then. I don't know. We'll see. I would love to be back, but we will see.
I'm going to be negotiating.
I'm overdue. I came to USC for free as a 5-star. I need to recoup.
Lunch, Jason.
See, don't let Jason. I have Jason many years of doing this show because when we were at KABC, there were some hungry nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even going to say.
We'll leave it. Hey, shout out Wayman.
Wayman, we miss you, dog.
All right, Helen. Hey, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Always good to talk to you after these games, win or lose. Glad to hear you're doing okay. And, we'll talk to you for sure, either just before Christmas or just after. It might just be me if Sue decides not to come.
At least one more time this year. So thank you so much, guys. And you have a really good day and a good week and all that stuff. I love you so much. If you were my kids, I'd be so proud. I'd put gold stars on your head.
Wow. Well, we love you too,
Not gold helmets.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, bye-bye.
Helena Troy, everybody.
You didn't even say you loved her back, Doug.
Did you say I loved her?
Yeah, I did.
You guys
because
are there?
I meant it from the heart.
You guys are there yet?
Yeah. Wow. Look how emotionally available this.
Yeah, I think Helen, man, what can you say? Another
Didn't know her daughter was an Irish.
She kept that from us.
Yeah,
She's never told us that.
She did. I felt led on.
We're learning her daughter. We're learning that Cody Kessler's family
Yeah.
today
is,
and that he grew up rooting for Notre Dame.
And basketball and Notre Dame football, almost threw up in my mouth. I used to sleep at guys for 2 years. Don't even. You made a face, so I thought you were okay.
This is not the 1 a.m. show. Okay, so
yeah, I can't believe I ever lived with a Bruin/Irish supporter.
Let's get to our next caller. We're gonna go to T in Long Beach. T, what's going on? You're on Trojans Wrap Up.
Hey guys, what's up? I can't believe I got through. But first of all, I want to give a kudos to the team for not giving up this season. But I want to pose this question to you guys. How do we feel positive about the direction we're going in with Lincoln Riley?
In what context?
What do you feel about it, T?
I don't feel very good. I feel depressed. I feel dejected. I mean, just watching the games, I feel like we're in the Clay Helton era, honestly.
Well, you can't say because
Right. So how do we feel positive with knowing that he's under such a hefty contract and we just have to deal with it? I don't see any. The defense is doing better, but I don't see any other progress, honestly.
I don't necessarily feel any way about it. It is what it is at this point. We knew the risk that we were taking when we guaranteed the money we guaranteed. So it was either gonna make or break us. And I think that first season of Caleb, winning the Heisman and us going 11 wins and what could be, blinded everybody from the problems. But we on the defense were ignored, and you can't help but feel that if we had Coach Lynn with some of those Caleb seasons, that we would have been at least in multiple New Year's Six bowls and maybe even a playoff berth. So I just feel like I'm not somebody who lives in the past. I'm just somebody that's deal with the cards I'm dealt and try to make the best of it. And unfortunately, and I am one of the few people that will speak about expectations. We've had championship expectations, and we have not lived up to it. We've fallen short, and I believe we've fallen short in recruiting in California, and I believe that if we don't turn that around immediately, that it's going to be more of the same. And hopefully Coach Lynn is still on staff next year. Hopefully an NFL team doesn't come and poach him so that we can get a solid recruiting class this offseason, including in the next week or two for early signing day. And maybe that'll be where we start turning things around. So, don't feel depressed. It is holiday season. And in the next week or two, you might see some major signings from some major five-star players. I happen to know a little something, and I think that we might have a splash recruit coming very soon, and it won't be transfer portal. So, just hold tight and just keep the faith.
Yeah, T, thanks for the call. And I think it's a fair question, certainly. I think a lot of Trojan fans are probably feeling that now that the regular season's come to a close. Obviously, we'll see what happens in the bowl game, but 6-6 record. And I think a lot of Trojan fans are wondering, what's next? I mean, what are we building on into next year? There aren't really any guarantees, but what's this team's identity? Who are they moving forward? And I think a lot of USC fans, I think if they're hopeful, then I think that's fair. I think there's reason to think that the talent here and another year of Danton Lynn if he's back, and another year with Lincoln Riley working with Jaden Maiava, or if another quarterback comes in, you never know who's going to come in with a transfer portal. But I think a lot of USC fans are going to be sitting here going into the offseason wondering just what exactly are we going forward? And I don't think those questions, they're not going to be answered until the season starts next year.
Yeah, I mean, they're a bunch of what ifs and, what are we doing here and there. But I think the way you start answering them is with recruiting. And I think that if USC can find a way to bring in a top 5 to 10 class before next season, that will not necessarily put a lot of worries to bed, but it actually shows projections north instead of south.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you look at the season, I think there's no doubt the defense was improved over the last couple of years. Would love to see what last year's team or the year before could have done with this year's defense. But I mean, obviously, you lose Caleb Williams. The offense wasn't as explosive this year as it was the last 2 years. We didn't really get those big special teams plays that changed the trajectory of games. And I think really the other thing too is just not doing enough of the little things week to week, game to game, to turn these one possession games, these close games in the fourth quarter, from L's to W's. So a lot of unknowns moving forward for this USC team. T, thanks for the call. Let's get to a break. Before we do, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the ESPNLA USC Trojans Media Network.
Hey, it's Mace, and this is USC football back where it belongs on 710 ESPN. KSPN Los Angeles, a good Karma Brands radio station. Fight on!
All right, we'll take a break here. 866-961-3776, 866-961-ESPN. That's the number to call. Get in the queue. Trojans fall to Notre Dame 49-35. We are getting your reaction to today's regular season finale loss for the Trojans on Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo on the ESPNLA USC Trojans Media Network.
USC Football and Children's Hospital Los Angeles continue to support the pediatric needs of our community. For over 120 years, CHLA has been at the forefront of providing exceptional medical care for children across California. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as the #1 children's hospital in California, CHLA has consistently ranked among the top national hospitals and has been on the honor roll of best children's hospitals since its inception. Whether it's routine care or life-saving treatment, families trust CHLA for its world-class pediatric care. To learn more, visit chla.org today.
Hi, it's Hannah, and welcome to the HannahCast. Today, Piggy Bank's gonna fuel our episode with questions about Arco rewards. Yep, earn up to $7 in rewards at sign-up. Uh-huh, and 5 cents on every gallon. Sounds pretty sensible, if you ask me. Oh, all this savings talk making you hungry? Here you go. Learn how to earn at arcorewards.com.
Offer valid until October 31st, 2024. By entering your phone number, you're agreeing to receive recurring automated informational and marketing SMS, MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
USC Trojan fans, Smart Stop Self Storage is ready for game day. Smart Stop Self Storage is committed to making the self-storage experience easy and hassle-free for all Trojan fans. Whether you're storing your Trojans tailgate gear, need temporary storage while moving to a new home, or need a storage solution for your business, we're here for you with convenient locations throughout Southern California. Smart Stop Self Storage, the smarter way to store. Visit smartstop.com to reserve your space today. Fight on. Fight on.
At Ralph's, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hey, it's Mace. This is USC Notre Dame on the home of the Trojans. We are all over it Monday on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. Weekdays, noon to 3 on 710 ESPN. Fight on.
Whether it's before, after, or during the game, stop by Lazy Dog Restaurants at LA Live for handcrafted, made-from-scratch meals. LazyDogRestaurants.com.
Sua Cravens, Jason Schwartz with you, wrapping up the Trojans' loss to Notre Dame at the Coliseum today. 49-35, the final score. Notre Dame, the number 5 team in the country coming in, finished their regular season 11-1. You figure they're headed to the college football playoff. You know, Sua, I was wondering at the end of the game, how is it that a team that's independent like Notre Dame, how can they end up hosting a college football playoff game in the first round. The conference champions?
Guess ranking.
The highest 4?
I guess ranking.
But they can't be a conference champion.
Yeah, but I guess
if they're in the top 4?
I guess if they're in the top 4, then you technically would take Boise State's home bid.
Do you think that this Notre Dame team is better or worse or the same as the Penn State team USC played earlier this year?
I think Notre Dame has a better offense than Penn State, but Penn State has a better defense than Notre Dame.
So who wins head to head? Notre Dame, Penn State. They felt kind of similar to me. I mean, those are the 2 top 5 teams we played.
It's more of a coaching
schedule,
battle,
right?
Yeah, that's more of a coaching battle.
Mm-hmm.
And Coach Franklin does not do well in top 5 matchups. So I think that Coach Freeman wins, but like a score of 17-14. I
mean, I will say, look, give Notre Dame the credit. They obviously came in 10-1. They finished 11-1. You look at their schedule. I mean, they didn't play anybody this year.
They played the top undefeated Army team. They beat A&M at A&M.
What's going on in that game, by the way?
I don't know, bro. I gave up when Georgia Tech completely blew it last night.
8 overtimes. Georgia Tech.
Annoying. And then you hear the announcers saying, Georgia for regardless. It's like, man, don't even get me started, dude. It's just annoying to see the state of college football and where it's at right now. The games played no longer matter. It's all about what we feel and think. And even though we would feel like Alabama should beat Vandy and be a 2-touchdown favorite and they lose, it's like, it doesn't matter. Team felt like they win. How this works. And I feel bad for these kids that are going to get opportunities ripped away from them, because you dream of playing in a college football national championship and you dream of being on the big, spotlight, playing against these teams that maybe didn't offer you or recruit you. And when you put together an undefeated or 1-loss season and you have a chance to have of opportunity, and then they go, well, we feel like this 3-loss team is better than you, even though you have 1 loss to a top 10 team. It's like, this is ridiculous.
That's how it's always been.
It's corrupt.
That's how it's always been in college football.
It's corrupt.
Texas, by the way, up on Texas A&M 14-0, and they are knocking on the door just before the end of the first half.
Texas up 14-0?
Texas up 14-0 at Texas A&M.
I think the absolute worst thing that could happen to the SEC is if Texas loses that game. So, because then it's like nobody from the SEC
doesn't
really
look like they're going to.
No,
although it didn't look like Miami was going to lose either, and that's a disappointing way for their season.
Miami should have 5 losses this year, though.
All right, let's get to our next caller. Let's go to Mitch in New Jersey. Mitch, what's going on? Welcome back to the show. We missed you last week, bud. I know it was late for you.
He was tucked in.
Sorry, I have no excuse, sir. Jason.
We're getting you, but you're saying no excuse, then explain yourself.
I couldn't keep my eyes open. My grandson's running circles around me.
You couldn't stay awake.
No, I couldn't, even with coffee. I couldn't. I sent you a tweet, one of you guys. Arizona, not the whole thing, but I like their quarterbacks, Arizona State and Cal especially. They're home, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon my time, and then the game started. I had to wait 7 hours. 7 hours for the USC game. And these are all playing on the West Coast, so something's funny. Yeah, we lost to a practice squad quarterback. I'm not impressed with his own. He was pretty good at Duke, but he has 2 running backs, and we have hello?
Hey, Mitch. Yeah, sorry. Who are you? Are you talking about Daniel Jones?
No, I'm talking about Riley Leonard.
Okay. We're going on a roller coaster ride again.
Well, you know what you get. You know what you get when you win, right?
Get wireless.
And this phone, and I got rid of my thing. Paid for a $600 iPhone. Oh, Jesus.
All right, well.
All right. Well, I mean, I like them at Duke because pretty good too at Notre Dame squad too, but that's okay. He's making good money. And Price was not getting hit, right? We played pretty good. I think we always had. I really saw leading throws, 2 interceptions, and I thought it was a little stumbling there, a little push, especially on the second one, but I guess it didn't matter. We have 2 good running backs just like they do, maybe 3. I'm impressed with Jackson. I don't know where Pearson was, and Joyner. I guess we have to work on our offensive line. And our wide receivers, I'm always impressed. Ford, he's no Pinto. Lemon, Micaiah Lemon, his middle name should be Cadillac, because I remember Cadillac Williams. He's your best wide receiver. And he didn't even have 600 yards because Riley's play call leaves a lot to be desired. And then, of course, Hudson always seems to make the hard catches only. And Jacoby's touchdown maker. I mean, I like the wide receivers going in. Hope we see what Longstreet has. And I hope it's a decent ball, and I hope it's before Christmas. And I want to see Georgia Tech. I want to see a maybe team from the Big 12 or another ex-Pac-12 team. That's what I'm hoping for. If that'd be great. I don't know if I get to meet you guys there. I don't know if they allow you to travel. Have a nice holiday, and I hope to talk to you for the last game.
Yeah, thanks, Mitch. All right, we got Mitch's holiday.
I hope we get Oklahoma. We play Oklahoma, and I guess it would be the Vegas Bowl or whichever it is.
Actually, I had I wasn't even thinking. You're right. Vegas is on the table. What date? What date's the Vegas Bowl?
That's normally before Christmas. What is it?
Of course, it doesn't just pop up for me. December 22nd.
Yeah, that's normally before Christmas. So I would love that is a perfect date for a bowl game, and I would love to see Oklahoma and see Lincoln Riley go against his former squad. I'm sure Oklahoma fans would travel well to that one.
No, sorry, it's December 27th.
Oh gosh.
So that's the same day as the Holiday Bowl.
What's with these? I guess everything's different now. When I played in the Vegas Bowl, I vividly remember going before Christmas.
All right, Mitch. Well, hey, thanks for the call and all the thoughts. Micaiah Lemon, 9 catches today. I think that we're done with the regular season. We'll see what happens in the bowl game. But do you feel like at any point, do you feel like all the way through the regular season, do we know who USC's number 1 receiver is or was this year?
No. Our number 1 receiver changed every week.
That's definitely what it felt like for sure.
It's just there was no continuity to our offense or our offensive game plan. At least there wasn't a single go-to guy, and I thought Kyron Hudson would be that dude because he doesn't drop balls. Like whenever the ball's thrown to him, more times than not, he's bringing it down.
He's definitely the number 1 receiver in circus catches this year. I mean, he might have had the top 5 catches.
And we thought Jacoby would be the guy, and then
everyone's had their moments.
Yeah, we need everybody to have their moments every game.
I thought today might be the Zach Branch game with how often they were feeding him early on, but then that really seemed to cool in the second half.
I mean, we have a bad habit of going away from things. The moment it doesn't work, like we're just like, all right, done with it. We kind of do that with everybody.
I mean, there was, he was the receiver on that 4th and 2 play that only got
That's
a yard.
That's just a bad play call, though. Like, that's just it's too slow developing. Like, that needs to be a quick hitter. And their DBs were pressed. Like, why are we throwing a bubble screen with pressed DBs? There's no room for error. Like, that can low key get picked off. So
it's a bummer too. As you think about a guy like Branch, and you think about last season, you think about coming into this year. I mean, they're still saying it. We were hearing it on the broadcast today when it was like, hey, this is a guy who can change the complexion of a game with one play. But I look back now, 12 games into the season, was there a signature Zach Branch moment this year?
I wouldn't. Unfortunately,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there was that one.
But
play
we also didn't
season.
attack downfield at all this year, so there's that.
True. All right, let's get to our next caller, Mitch. Thanks for being with us this week. Appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you next time. Let's go to Brad in Brea. Brad, you're on Trojans Wrap Up.
Hey guys, love the show. I'm always thankful not to follow Helen of Troy. That's just such a tough call to follow. I really, really struggle with play calling and the officials this year. Why didn't Lincoln Riley call a timeout on that? Obviously, when they had a fumble down low, we got the ball back, showed it on the big screen. I was at the game, clearly, and they run a quick play, and the officials handed those guys 14 points, and I just don't understand the play calling of Lincoln Riley.
The officials handed Notre Dame 14 points today, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, Lincoln Riley should have called a timeout right there to allow them to look at it. And Notre Dame came back out and they ran a quick play and got into the end zone, 7-0 Notre Dame. And that was clearly a fumble. They showed it on the big screen. The ball was out. The ball was out. We recovered it. And I'm sorry. I struggle. Lincoln Riley's seat has got to be at least more than lukewarm right now because his play calling. You guys are saying all the things I want to talk about. Zachariah Branch. Why are we getting that guy? That kid is so lightning fast. Why are we not getting him the ball in space? It's the play calling. Hey, something's working.
I will say they did in that first play. They did get the ball to him in space. I think it's 15 play or whatever, but I thought that of all the plays involving Branch this season, I thought where they got him the ball, the amount of space he had between him and the closest defender, I thought that was his opportunity to really break one, but didn't happen.
It didn't. Reggie would have broke that one, but you know what? Build the kid's confidence a little bit. Keep getting him the ball. Why not go back to that? And I'm sorry. The officiating in that game was horrific. We were not getting calls, and they reviewed every one of our plays. They reviewed none of Notre Dame's. It was a really frustrating game to sit there and watch. We had that game. That game was ours to win, and I'm sorry. I'm just Lincoln Riley is just. I'm sorry. It's hard to watch his play calling and what he's running, and I'm struggling, guys. I'm really struggling.
Brad. We got you, man. We hear you.
I love you, man. Looking great. I can't wait to hopefully you guys are all back, all of you, next year. Looking forward to it.
Love you too, Brad. Hey, man, appreciate you all season. Appreciate all the calls for sure. Hope we get to talk to you after the bowl game as well. I will say one thing about the officiating. Pass interference is a thing again in the USC games. Remember last week?
Yeah.
That last week was so strange. That SC-UCLA game, the amount of contact we saw and the lack of flags. But we're back to somewhat normal here today.
Yeah,
I don't know. I personally didn't come out of this game feeling like the officiating was anywhere close to a deciding factor. You?
No. I mean, other than like the blatant missed punch that was thrown, and I guess the fumble he's talking about. Other than that, I mean, USC.
Actually, I didn't see I only heard the fumble on the radio. I didn't actually get to see it or the highlight.
I mean, they went quick. Mm-hmm. Lincoln didn't call a timeout. But no, I wouldn't say the refs decided this game. I mean, again, Notre Dame could have ran the ball 60 times today and they would have won. And if they didn't miss a field goal and didn't turn the ball over trying to get too cute, then this game kind of would have been over in the first quarter. So I wouldn't say the refs won the game for us, but. Yeah, some questionable play calling, which we pointed out, like, 4th and 3, and we throw a 30-yard shot to double coverage, 4th and 2 early in the game on our first drive, and we run a slow developing bubble screen. So, Brad has got some validity to his complaints.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it. Let's get to one more caller before our next break. Let's go. This is what they put on the list here. This is what I got the list of callers. Let's go to Bam Bam Jam Time
Harbor City.
In Harbor City,
I
Bam
think I know
Bam
who
Jam
this is.
Time. This has Sua's friend written all over it.
Yeah.
What's up,
What's
fellas?
up, Bam Bam? Mr. Jam Time.
This is they're terrible. They got physically. I don't know what else to say? They're terrible. Not good. 2 pick sixes back to back. That's bad.
Mr. Jam Time, if you don't mind me asking, more terrible than your actual real life golf game, or the people that Rob sneaks over late night? Which one?
Both. All the above. Have a good day.
Yeah, okay. For those that don't know, that is my boy Travis calling in. He's an idiot, so just ignore him and the things he says. He might be off the goose right now. So appreciate you calling in, Mr. Jam Time.
On that note, I think it's time for us to take a break. We have a lot of callers to get to, though. 866-961-3776 is the number to call. 866-961-ESPN. Trojan fans, introducing Celaya Tequila, brought to you by USC football legends Matt and Ryan Khalil. Celebrate your story with a homegrown spirit. Celaya Tequila. Trojans fall to Notre Dame 49-35 this afternoon. We are wrapping it up for you and getting your reaction here on Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo. More calls when we come back next on the ESPNLA USC Trojans Media Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Okay, I'm getting lunch delivered. What's everyone want?
Well, I'm gluten-free.
Uh-huh.
Vegetarian for me, please. Veggie guy.
Vegetarian? Got it.
I'm allergic to nuts.
Nuts.
Oh, hey, I'm fee-free.
Sorry, fee-free?
Yeah, I don't put fees into my body. My body is a temple.
Okay, but how do I order delivery without fees?
Postmates. No delivery or service fee on orders over $50.
Order from the best restaurants in LA, totally fee-free on eligible orders over $50. Only on Postmates. Offer terms and exclusions apply. See app for details.
Attention all players. Prepare yourself for an entirely new game. The rules have changed. The stakes are higher. So all you have to ask yourself is, are you ready to get back into the game? Squid Game Season 2 is back December 26th, only on Netflix.
Tommy Trojan is at the 10, the 5, touchdown, USC! Make big plays on the field and in life. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 with the tax benefits of a retirement account. That's right, invest in crypto with the tax advantages of an IRA. iTrust Capital is easy to use and has no sign-up fees. Don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Make big plays now. Visit itrustcapital.com/USC to start investing today. The official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans. Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment.
This is USC football on the home of the Trojans. 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app. Your destination for LA sports. Fight on!
Hey. Okay, let's pop it. Hey. Do we have a read?
Trojan fans, there's a new blood donation competition happening among Big Ten schools, and a $1 million prize is on the line. If you bleed Cardinal and Gold, donate blood and submit for the USC Trojans at big10.org/Abbott before December 7th.
You donated blood?
If you bleed Cardinal and Gold is
donate blood?
Is good writing into the blood donation read. Have I donated
No,
blood?
did you donate
I
blood?
have not donated blood for this particular
Neither did
endeavor.
I got
here.
that O negative.
Should we
I
go?
got that good stuff.
You want to go together?
No, I got that good stuff. I can't be giving this away to anybody. What if my daughter needs
This
a
is
transplant
for if you
one
bleed
day?
cardinal and gold. Do you bleed cardinal and gold, Sua?
Sometimes.
Breaking news. Breaking news. All right. Welcome back to Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo. 866-961-ESPN, 866-961-3776. Today we learned that Cody Kessler grew up a Notre Dame fan and that Sua Cravens only sometimes bleeds cardinal and gold. So
Ask USC fans on Twitter. They hate me.
Never meet your heroes.
You're right. I met a few of my heroes this past year and regret it. I definitely do.
Story time?
No, because one of them's a Trojan, and I don't feel like putting one of my brothers down. So just better off at a distance.
Just ended at the T's. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Trojans fall to Notre Dame today, 49-35, 6-6. Their regular season record. Bowl game coming. We'll find out which game next week. And, wrapping up the regular season, looking ahead to the bowl game, the offseason, all of that. Let's get to our next caller, and we've got OG Pam. Pam in Temple City. How you doing, Pam? Hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you. I did. How about you guys?
It was great, other than actually the Miami Dolphins ruined my Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But I can't say I was surprised. But, let them hurt me again.
Yeah, I had a couple mess-ups, but I got through that. But today, I don't know. I wasn't really expecting that we would win, but I was hoping. And when we elected to receive and we didn't capitalize, I already knew there was going to be a problem somewhere. But I don't know why they took our quarterback out, Jaden out, and put that quarterback in for one play. I don't know what they thought they were going to accomplish, but every time our coach goes away from things, I get the impression, same as when he went away from our quarterback in the past, that he's blaming the kids for our losses and for our problems when he doesn't know how to get the best out of them. And I know we're stuck with them, and I understand that, but I think that's the problem, that he doesn't know how to get their most potential, and he blames them, so he pulls whenever it doesn't go his way. And there's no, like Sue, like you said, there's no continuity. And I don't know how we're going to do in the bowl, or where we're going, or what we're doing, but I hope it's better than today, because it's very discouraging, and it's hard to listen to Coach talk after we're done when he does his after post game. I can't. It's hard for me to listen because I just don't get it. And I have a question, if I may. What's that? Oh, I heard that our president is leaving. I don't know what that is, good or bad, but what's that? Do you guys know what the deal is for why Carol Fultz is leaving?
Is she retiring?
She
just announced she was retiring. I think it's effective July of next year. So
I wasn't sure. I didn't hear the retirement word, so I guess that makes sense. So now I guess we're looking for somebody, or?
I mean, I'm open. I'm available. Make me president
Yeah, I was
of
just
the
going to
school.
suggest that.
But then I wouldn't be able to do this job.
And no other school, thanks be to God. And you would be the perfect person.
I just want to say, Sua, if you were president of the school, you could do this job. You who would stop you? Oh no, he's the president of the school. You would be more than welcome here.
Contractually, I don't think I'd be able to, because I can't boost. I can't be a media member for and work for the university. It's like a what's the word? I just freaking
conflict of interest.
Like Tom Brady, because he owns a percentage of the Raiders, he now cannot comment on players and coaches or referees.
Well, yeah. See why affect your ability as president?
Because
to be
I can't
on the
be
Trojans
here at
post-game
ESPN
show?
710 like boosting the school, and then like
Why?
I'm at the
It's
school
your
like, I mean, if you
school.
guys would tune in to ESPN for once, they love us.
Literally
and it's me.
That's literally the whole purpose of being president, is to boost the school.
I would boost the hell out of the school if I was president. You know,
you heard it here.
All students every Friday before the game. That's my first act. Like, come on,
Cravens Schwartz 2025.
That album, when they were playing the album cuts from 64 and 74, that's what they need to play the kids. I mean, that was phenomenal, those 2 times. And, they played that before the game with Tom Kelly. They ought to play that sometimes for the kids to give them some hope and some belief. Couldn't hurt.
How's the landlord, Pam? Does you think that she listens to the show at all?
No, she would never listen to the show. She's not a sports person, but she ignores me, and that's okay because I still got my way. I got my heat, and thanks be to God, thanks to you guys for asking. It's nice and warm in here. My kitties are nice and warm, and it's all good. But I didn't. If I had to wait for her, I still wouldn't have it.
Well, if you want, you can just dox her location, and I'll send her a bag of coal for Christmas.
That's a great idea. I could think of worse things to send her, but I guess I won't. But I really appreciate you guys, and I love to talk to you, and I love to hear what you guys have to say, and I just wish things could turn around, and I don't know how, but I feel sorry for the kids because they played their buns off, and they come away losing the game, and it's just. Like I say, if we had someone to help them to play up to their potential, it would be. I think we'd be winning right now, and I'm sorry to say it, but.
Hey Pam, hopefully better success next year.
Yeah. I really appreciate you guys.
Always, Pam.
God bless you guys.
All right, Pam. Thanks so much for the call as always. Again, the final today, Notre Dame 49, USC 35. Let's go to Eddie in Whittier. Eddie, haven't heard from you in a while. Welcome back to the show.
Hello, fellas. Just got home from the game, and I reasoned with a lot of the callers, and I just wanted to touch base on the play calling and how fed up I am of all these little I don't even know what Riley does anymore. I know a few weeks ago there was a caller that called Riley brain dead, and I now think I kind of agree. No disrespect, but he's just so stubborn in his ways. I mean, it's like a literal thing, right? Because, I mean, this guy, I read it on Twitter or now X.
I don't think it's a literal thing. No.
I read something on X, and it says that Riley play calls like a 13-year-old playing Xbox or PlayStation Madden, and it's just like Hail Mary, and it's just long ball and first and 10 long ball, second and 10 long ball, third and 10 long ball, and it's like that is like a little kid playing Madden, right? It just resonated so much with what I see out there. And
Eddie, I just got to jump in and say, from my perspective, I appreciated that we took more shots down the field in this game today, and that's something that I think a lot of USC fans, myself included, were hoping to see more throughout the season. I thought, as far as the long balls today, I mean, yeah, maybe you can question the timing of some, and certainly the effectiveness of others for whatever other reason. But I enjoyed seeing the amount of shots that SC took down the field, and thought they had pretty good success on them today.
But comes that awful play calling of that 4th and 2 when he throws it in double coverage. It's just like that's because he does that and he's been doing it and he got so much success, it just continued. And there has to be a balance. I knew myself, like we were kind of, in a game, and I thought, okay, we're doing a dogfight. But then in the third quarter, I kind of figured, all right, we're done. After going, getting like 7 yards on first down, and then we don't run the ball at all on second and third and I think it was like 4th and 3rd. But then we run the ball on 3rd and 10 after we killed the play and started a new play. I was just like, so you can run the ball on 3rd and 10, but you will not run the ball on 2nd and 3rd and 3rd and 3rd and 3. Like, I mean, that's just awful. That is awful. And I know Chicago's job is open, and I loved Riley, but I'm like, man, go ahead, walk with Caleb. Go ahead. Go off to Chicago Bears, and we'll look for someone else.
Well, I feel like we've covered pretty much the play calling aspect of things. So, I mean, you have a right to your opinion on that matter. We definitely could have had better play designs as far as the 3rd and 4th shorts went. But I agree with Jason as far as the fact of attacking downfield. We didn't see much of that. We actually criticized Miller Moss and wanted him benched because we felt like he couldn't complete the down the field throws that everybody wanted to see. So, you know.
So what do you guys think about not putting in Mayava in the red zone because you didn't want to mess up Miller Moss, but then you put in Jensen when Mayava is
yeah. I mean, look, Eddie, well. I'm not saying that you don't have a point. I do think that that anybody watching this game can look at certain plays throughout the game and wonder. I'm just going back to your initial point about the overall play calling as it pertains to this one. But yeah, I mean, I know, and Pam brought that up as well, and I don't think we got to it, but yeah, I don't have an answer for you on that one. I don't know if they talked about it at the post-game press conference. Certainly I didn't hear them talk about it on our post-game show when Lincoln was on. But yeah, I don't really know what that was about. I mean, we had success twice already at the goal line with Mayava sneaking it in. Was a little bit surprised to not see us go to that again when we had it down at the half-yard line in that situation. We go out of the shotgun. We end up getting called for the false start. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 6. And yeah, and Jake Jensen came in, and I think overall everyone was a little bit surprised to see that. Not sure exactly what had happened. I haven't seen an explanation. I don't know if anybody asked about it. Fortunately, they did get in the end zone, which I think is certainly going to quiet some of the questions about that entire sequence. But yeah, I think to the plays and a few of the situations today and disagree. But again, I was just going back to your initial comment about the tweet you mentioned about the Xbox and stuff, which, you know, I liked the way USC was more aggressive in the passing game today than what we've seen for most, or if not the entire season.
We were pretty successful running the ball, and without Woody Marks, that was pretty amazing to see Joyner kind of ball out like that.
We were successful running the ball today because we were taking shots. So when you're taking shots down the field, you force the secondary to not be able to crowd the box. So when you have a light box, you can run the ball, and it would have helped even more if we were actually running RPOs with Jaden. But it doesn't seem like, you know, as much as people cried for, you know, Miller Moss to run the ball, I don't think Jaden's made much of a difference with his legs as far as that goes. So the reason why the run was on the ball downfield.
All right, Eddie, thanks for the call.
Have a good year, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So.
Merry Christmas,
Fight on, boy. Eddie. Fight on. All right, let's get to one more call before our next break. We got Jason. Good name. Jason was at the game. He's driving home. What's going on, Jason? Welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Hey. So, Jason, how you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas to you guys. Well, just I didn't think we were going to win this game, but I'm still disappointed because I think we were going toe to toe. Of course, you know, there was a lot of missteps we took, and I think we shot ourselves in the foot a little bit. But I think I want to take it back to more strategy and maybe touch on what some of the earlier calls talked on. And I know we talked about play calling, but overall, do you think maybe if we executed the team that is executed a lot of the play calling bit, or do you think perhaps we just don't have the talent to execute what Lincoln Riley's vision is? Your thoughts?
No, I think that we don't have enough playmakers on both sides of the ball. I think that today We had opportunities on offense to turn 5 yards to 15, and we couldn't. We had opportunities to turn 20 yards to touchdowns, and we couldn't. On the defensive side of the ball, we had opportunities to get the ball carrier down at 1 yard, and it leaped to 5. And we had times where it was busted coverage and something as simple as setting the edge turned into, a 20 to 30 yard gain. So Lincoln definitely needs to get better with his play calling in certain situations like the red zone. But our players also need to be accountable as far as their gap assignment on defense and making the plays that come to them. And I'm a firm believer that if you're a 5-star, you're expected to make a difference. I know I came in as a 5-star. There was nothing less expected to me but to start, and not to only just to be on the field, but to make plays. And every chance I could, I would take advantage of that. And I feel like USC lacks playmakers on both sides of the football. And couple that with mental errors and questionable play calling, and you get a 6-6 season.
Beautifully spoken. Thanks, brother.
Appreciate you calling in. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jason. Thanks for the call. Yeah, and I think with what Jason started by saying was that, we kind of did go, I don't think a lot of USC fans were expecting to win this game, but SC was toe-to-toe with Notre Dame. I mean, it was a fairly close game, and again, I think it goes back to the fact that, this SC team has talent, right? I mean, we had so many games this season that, as the team's been saying all year, certain plays go our way, and we're looking at a very different football team. And if USC had come away with close wins at Washington, at Minnesota, and at Maryland, and we're coming into this game against this Notre Dame team with 9 wins instead of at 6 and 5, would we have been 7-point dogs? I think a lot of people would have thought this would have been kind of like that Penn State game, which was, at the time earlier this year, kind of a toss-up. So not surprised to see us be in the game and go toe-to-toe.
Yep, just not good enough to make mistakes.
Right.
And that's for any team, but Notre Dame's too good of a team to shoot yourself in the foot. And I said in the pregame show, the tailgate show, that we were not good enough to play from behind with a team like this, and we didn't have the lead not one time today.
Right.
So,
and look, I mean, we've talked about this. I think that's come up a lot this year on the show. Is we're not good enough to overcome starting slow, or we're not good enough to make mistakes, or not good enough to play from behind. And it's like no team is good enough to do those things every single game, right? Yeah. I mean, sometimes. Yeah, you're going to have your night where you're Georgia last night and you got to come back and pull one out against Georgia Tech. But, no one's good enough to do that every single game. Yeah. And that's kind of, what was frustratingly consistent about this SC team this year.
Yep.
All right, you're listening to Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. Trojans fall to Notre Dame, 49-35. Still plenty of calls to get to. 866-961-ESPN, 866-961-3776. That's our number. Give us a call. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more on the ESPNLA USC Trojans Media Network.
Trojan fans, you may not think of yourself as an athlete, but everyday life is full of athletic feats. You bend, you reach, you lift, you twist until back, neck, or shoulder pain hits, which brings you to a stop. But whether you're an athlete or not,
double it up.
The Joint Chiropractic can help ease your pain and keep you on the active list. Visit thejoint.com today to get your first consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29. The Joint Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of the USC Trojans.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of USC Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
There's no place like the road home. Anticipation in every mile with presents wrapped and bags packed. The joy of the journey and the glow of your destination in the headlights. There's no feeling like it. Pedal down, volume up. exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer during the season of Audi sales event.
In the game of savings, it's all about making the right moves. Whether you're just kicking off your financial journey or already making big plays, USC Credit Union is here to help you come out on top. With high rates across savings and checking accounts, CDs, money markets, and IRAs, your money will grow faster and stronger. Plus, with our wealth management services, you'll have an expert coach guiding you at every stage of your investment journey. Make your money move up. Visit usccreditunion.org to get started. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. This is USC Notre Dame on the home of the Trojans. We'll be all over it next week on the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover. Sedano and Cap, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 p.m. on 710 ESPN. Fight on!
Trojan fans, celebrate every Trojan win and enjoy this sweet taste of victory with a free donut at Ralph's the day after the win. Download your digital coupon from the Ralph's app to score your free donut at any Los Angeles area Ralph's store. Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. Sua Cravens, Jason Schwartz with you. Great to have you all with us. Trojans fall to Notre Dame today, 49-35 in the regular season finale. And we are taking your calls. 866-961-ESPN, 866-961-3776. And let's get right back to the callers, and let's go out to Orange County. We got John in the OC. John, welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Hey, guys. Disappointing season. Disappointing way the game turned out. I didn't think it was the worst game that we played by far. But a lot of the same things that have, happened over the season happened again. My main comment was going to be about Riley. I'd still like to touch on that, but there was a bunch of comments about needing playmakers, or I think was the term that was used. I might call them difference makers. I tend to think that that's more of an issue on this team. And again, it's hard to say what's going to happen because, with NIL and stuff, it's like you draft a new team almost. But it seemed like we didn't have enough difference makers on the defensive side, especially like in linebackers. After Gentry went out, we didn't have anybody to sort of make those big plays, and I think that hurt us. On offense, I sort of don't think that's the case. I actually think it's not a bad thing to have a bunch of different guys that can make some big plays. You're not always going to go for a 100-yard TD or something, but we have all of our receivers and all of our backs, if put in the right place or position, I should say, the right scheme of something, can make big plays. And then that means that the defense on the other side has a lot of different things to worry about. But that gets us back to Riley, who I don't know what his offensive scheme is. I don't know what his offensive philosophy is. It seems like he came from, the Leach tree. And in the Leach tree, you've got a situation where you're mainly pass, but you do use a lot of run to keep people off balance. But what you do is you make sure that you use the backs and the tight ends. Use all your – there's always 7 guys, and they don't know what's coming. And we don't. We don't use our backs in the passing game. Even though Marks gets a lot of passes caught, they're just little dump-off passes. They don't, tell me what one time during the season that we've run a wheel route for a season. I mean, so, our screen pass, stuff is the worst in the country. We ran one today that went well. You might have seen in the very first series that I can recall when we scored, we had a quick flip out, and it went for 15 yards. And then we did the same thing last game, and I'm like, oh, my God, we're going to finally hit the edges. And then we never used it again. So the defense, on the other side, never has anything to worry about. And, we don't use, we never, have the back come out and then make a cut and go upfield, go up the seam so that they suddenly go, oh, my God, even if he either got 15 yards, but he could have scored on that play. So we're back to a situation where I'm going I don't know what Riley's philosophy, offensive scheme is. It seems like, it's like throw a bunch of wide receivers where every ball is a 50-50 ball. Even that last touchdown, it's a one-handed, fantastic grab as he's falling out of bounds and hits the pylon thing. But that's like our typical pass play. Mm-hmm. Everything's a fade or a 50-50 ball. We never have, I think we had 2 or 3 in the whole season where we've run a play that was set up by 2 other plays where
somebody was wide open, and you go like, wow.
Yeah.
You know,
all right. Nick,
what
we
a great
hear
play.
you, man. We hear you. So ultimately, the point being that you're just not sure what Lincoln's offensive philosophy is. That's the main point.
And as I'm saying is, I don't see what is going to happen that's going to make us a national championship team unless we have a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. That's when he was successful, is when he had 4 guys at Oklahoma and one guy brought with him from Oklahoma, and that guy ran around and made a bunch of hero plays that eventually somebody either ran for scrambled for a first down, which our guys don't do. Again, we get back to Sue's comment about why have a guy that can run but never scrambles for a first down. Matt Leinart scrambled for first down.
Yeah. All right, Nick.
And I don't.
Yeah, here, man. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm not going to keep commenting on play calling. I think I've said enough about play calling, but I will say I do agree. And if you watch the tailgate show, the pregame show, I said that I felt like to attack Notre Dame today, we needed to get running back out the backfield and running angle routes or flat routes and getting these linebackers out in space, because running the football directly at them is playing to their strength. So I will say that he has a point when it comes to the running back out the backfield. You know, Christian McCaffrey made a living off of it at Stanford. If they couldn't run the ball effectively, they would get him at one-on-one with an inside backer and, see if you can run as fast as Christian. And more times than not, they couldn't. So I agree with them on that. For the defensive side of the ball, we don't have a real pass rusher. We don't have any true pass rushers. That's just the fact of the matter. So we need 2 DNs that get that, even if they're only on the field on passing downs. We need 2 guys either in the portal or coming in this next recruiting class that can get after the quarterback naturally, so that we have DBs that can be more confident in their leverage, because pass rush and pass coverage go hand in hand. And as a DB, I can't confidently press at the line of scrimmage knowing that I might be covering for 5 seconds, which is why our DBs line up at 10 yards. And we give up the easy 7-yard slant that extends drives that people are so sick and tired of seeing. But just changes we got to make. So if you're asking, what can USC do to get to a national championship? Obviously, we can use our running backs out the backfield a little bit more in the pass game. But ultimately, we need to get the guys on defense so that our offense can get more opportunities.
Yeah, thanks for the call, John. Again, Notre Dame 49, USC 35, the final score today at the Coliseum. Let's go to San Bernardino. We got Bob in San Bernardino. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, sir. I was watching the game on television. I thought the mid part of the fourth quarter we had a shot, but then the pick six just destroyed everything. And what can I say? But my following of the Cardinal goal goes back 60 years. I can still remember Ara Parsegian's first year, number 1. And then we had Craig Fertig to Rod Sherman and turned things around and to be part of history. And then I remember exactly 50 years ago, November 30th, 1974, Mr. Anthony Davis and what he did, that kickoff return to start the second half. I don't think any of us, at least supported the Cardinal goal, were even sitting down. Just absolutely unbelievable.
Amazing. Such an epic
And
history.
my dad you saw the
to mention it a bunch of times on the broadcast today, and I think they mentioned it on the PA inside the Coliseum today as well.
Yep. As I said, my dad got to see the first of these contests 98 years ago.
Wow.
Incredible. Anyway, so many thoughts. As a matter of fact, a call or two back was talking about the voice of the Trojans 50 years ago, Mr. Tom Kelly. I happened to pull out a recording that I picked up in 1975 after Ara left and Dan Devine came in, and it's the whole second half directly off the radio broadcast. And I had to put it on. I ran it about 30 minutes ago, and I felt pretty good.
Oh, love that. Love that. Well, hey, Bob.
Anyway.
Lifelong bleed Cardinal and gold, fight on, and hopefully more success in the bowl game and then next season, yeah?
I sure hope so, too. This is a tough one. Thank God we got the Bruins at least last week. I hate
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Okay, guys.
All right,
Catch
Bob.
you later.
Thanks so much for the call.
Be well.
Fight on, Bob. Let's go to Dallas. We got Nick. Nick waiting on the line in Dallas. What's going on? Welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Hey, how you guys doing? Happy belated Thanksgiving, y'all.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you too, Nick.
Yeah, just watching this game. It's, you know what, though, y'all, I remember, Sue, you were saying, I think a couple weeks ago, I missed talking to you guys last week at the UCLA game. I remember you saying, I mean, coming up with the positivity, which I do, which I am. But, I'm with you, Sue, about, being a realist. And I'm just looking after I want to see, was it after the Utah State game? They were 2-0 going against Michigan. I just looking at this season, I just think that they just haven't really been consistent. The depth issues with the defense, inconsistency on the offensive plays, and my word of this season, I'd probably even say maybe sigh or unpredictable, because I really don't even know what to say going into next season. What's it going to look like? Because I think I've like 3 or 4 calls said a while ago that what would you say SC's program, the direction they're going in, because I don't even know myself, because I really don't even know, because there's a reporter I know, by the way, back home in L.A. I'm not going to tell you this person's name. I'm pretty sure you two have seen this person on TV before locally in L.A., but
Sue Cravens.
This reporter told what's that?
I said Sue Cravens.
Oh, well, this reporter told me, a friend of mine told me that, Lincoln just doesn't recruit that much in his own backyard in L.A. So, I mean, to me, that's a problem coming from L.A. So I find that an issue. That's being part of it, though. And then I think Lincoln will get a pass this year only because this is his first year in the Big Ten. I mean, 6-6, we can make a case that we should be 9-3 going into the bowl game at the worst case scenario. And I just, me personally, Notre Dame isn't even all that. Okay, I'll just, not to say I don't like him like that, but I'm just being real. Like, I mean,
is the Big Ten an excuse this year? Like, what would this SC team have done if the Pac-12 were still a thing and if nothing had changed? I mean,
lost to Oregon, lost to Washington.
They did lose to Washington.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what we did.
I agree. I'll give you that. I mean, I'm watching Oregon right now. They just hammering it to UW, but they bringing smoke every week, and I just think SC I don't know. They just like they're lacking something. It's like mentally it's like they're going the distance with these games that they should have won, but they're not going out for the knockout punch. And I'm just not understanding it, though. And as an SC fan that I am, it's getting tiring, though, y'all. We're 6-6 this year with that much talent. It's really frustrating. And then I was at the bar earlier today before I came back home for the game. I was speaking to an Ohio State fan. They were watching them get cracked by Michigan, but he told me that he said it's good that USC is in the Big Ten because he's hoping USC does good, because when USC is good, college football is good. And I told him, well said, And then it's frustrating when we're not doing that well. And this is 3 years in with Lincoln, and I'm looking at the recruiting class right now. I think we're 14th right now. I think 13 or 14. And to me, that's just not good enough. We should be in the top 10. I mean, this is USC.
Hear you, Nick. Yeah. Hear you, man. And look, to your point you made a few points ago, it's what we were talking about at the beginning of the show. I think it was T that called and said something to the same effect of like, not exactly sure who we are and what we are and where we're going and where this is all headed. Sure. Just got. And I was saying earlier, I think that's probably a common feeling amongst a lot of Trojan fans after this game. But Nick, appreciate.
Yeah. But I mean, whoever comes in next year, it's going to be very interesting if when that new president comes in. What decision they make going into fall of 2025.
Programs in Southern California, and we don't have a single commit from either one of them. And Oregon's all in our backyard, laughing in our face.
Yeah,
I agree with them. You just can't have it. And if I was a coach at USC, if I was a recruiter, and if we get 35 scholarships a year, 25 of them would be California guys. That's just my 2 cents.
I agree. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll see come next year. But with the president retiring, it's going to be very interesting. Whoever comes in, how they feel about Lincoln. But it's getting tiring, y'all. It's just really getting tiring. But let's just, like I said, let's fight on and let this soak in. And but I'm with you with Oregon, because Oregon has Nike, but that helps a lot. But we'll see come next year, and just fight on, and we'll see what happens come 2025. But you guys have a good Christmas, and I enjoy you guys' show every weekend, and fight on USC.
All right, fight on, Nick, and maybe talk to you after a bowl game. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you as well. I think we need to pause for an ID, and then we got one more segment. So before we take a break, let's pause for stations to identify themselves here on the ESPNLA USC Trojans Media Network.
Hey, it's Mace, and this is USC football back where it belongs on 710 ESPN. KSPN Los Angeles, a good Karma Brands radio station. Fight on!
All right, and let's take a break. We got one more segment here on Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. 866-961-ESPN, 866-961-3776. That's the number, 866-961-3776. One more segment if you want to call and let us know how you're feeling. 49-35, the final today at the Coliseum. Notre Dame over USC. Trojans 6-6 after the regular season. Back for one more segment here on Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo on the ESPNLA USC Trojans Media Network.
Hi, Trojan fans. Are you ready to fight on? Fruitist Blueberries got your back. All across the gridiron, straight into the end zone, our berries pack flavor and crunch into every bite. Get ready for Fruitist Blueberries, official superfruit snack sponsor of USC Trojans football. Delicious, healthy, and always ready to win. Snack smarter. Snack Fruitist, because even our berries fight on. Fruitist, Fruitist, for the love of fruit. Available at stores near you.
USC Trojan fans, Smart Stop Self-Storage is ready for game day. Smart Stop Self-Storage is committed to making the self-storage experience easy and hassle-free for all Trojan fans. Whether you're storing your Trojans tailgate gear, need temporary storage while moving to a new home, or need a storage solution for your business, we're here for you with convenient locations throughout Southern California. Smart Stop Self-Storage, the smarter way to store. Visit smartstop.com to reserve your space today. Fight on. Fight on.
USC Football and Children's Hospital Los Angeles continue to support the pediatric needs of our community. For over 120 years, CHLA has been at the forefront of providing exceptional medical care for children across California. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as the #1 children's hospital in California, CHLA has consistently ranked among the top national hospitals and has been on the honor roll of best children's hospitals since its inception. Whether it's routine care or life-saving treatment, families trust CHLA for its world-class pediatric care. To learn more, visit chla.org today.
Tommy Trojan is at the 10, the 5, touchdown, USC! Make big plays on the field and in life. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 with the tax benefits of a retirement account. That's right, invest in crypto with the tax advantages of an IRA. iTrust Capital is easy to use and has no sign-up fees. Don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Make big plays now. Visit itrustcapital.com/USC to start investing today. The official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans. Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment.
Hey, it's Mace. This is USC Notre Dame on the home of the Trojans. We are all over it Monday on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. Weekdays, noon to 3 on 710 ESPN. Fight on.
Fight on, Trojans, and fly on with ONT. Ontario International Airport is a proud sponsor of our USC Trojans. Visit SoCalSoEasy.com to book your journey through ONT today. Sua Cravens, Jason Schwartz, back with you for one final segment of Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. Final score today at the Coliseum. Trojans fall to Notre Dame 49-35 to finish up the season at 6-6 with a bowl game coming up. 866-961-3776 if you want to try to get a last-minute call in. We do have another caller waiting on the line, so let's get to him. We got Jake in North L.A. calling back into the show. Jake, you're on Trojans Wrap Up, and a reminder, it's not Trojans Wrap Up After Dark this week. It's not 1 a.m. What you got for us, Jake?
Trying to keep it clean, gentlemen. Happy game day, and also belated happy Thanksgiving, and, well, gobble, gobble. But, third-time caller here, and as you know, long-time Trojan wearer. I just love Rivalry Week and so many great games this weekend and the upsets that have happened. And
a lot of fights.
Sorry about a tough loss today, but just wanted to make a few points and then actually have a serious question. But I did hear about the president retiring and Sua's name maybe being mentioned in consideration. I just
Bye,
thought
Sua.
maybe a slogan I just thought a slogan might be, here's to Hawk Tua, and for president, go Sua.
I'm sure
But also,
Frat Row would love
with
that.
hoodie on tonight and the post-game show of Trojans Wrap Up, I just thought maybe you deserve your own commercial and maybe an NIL with Magnum, but just a thought. And,
You said you would keep it clean, and it's been anything but.
My bad.
Hey, we haven't had to censor anything yet.
I'm glad it's not Sunday, but it is also my last chance to just jest a little bit and also vent a little. But Lincoln Riley, get a realtor ASAP. Your Palos Verdes days are numbered. It's just a tough time right now. I just can't think that 6-6 is something that we can, speak highly of and stay positive. But I do have a serious question. Would you guys consider USC not going to a bowl game? I mean, I know we joked about the Tenacton Bowl last weekend, and 6 and 7's a real, possibility. But would you at all consider not going to a bowl game, or is a bowl game just matter of fact? That's all. I do appreciate your great work, and you guys, thanks for representing USC and all that you do, and have a great night, and stay well, okay?
Appreciate it. Happy holidays as well. Shout out, Jake.
Thanks,
man.
Jake.
Hilarious.
Keeping it kind of. What would we rate that call?
Hey, I liked it.
Rated R.
Yeah, rated R. Got the size right. I'll tell you that much. But don't mention not having a bowl game around Jason. It might be a trigger word for him, as he's mentioned this bowl game for the last month and a half. And I'm looking forward to it too, depending on the date. So, it's happening. It's definitely the last thing you want to do is not play in this bowl game and take away an opportunity for the seniors to get more film and to collect those bowl gifts, as I used to look forward to those bowl gifts.
What's the best bowl gift you ever got?
$1,000 on a card, like a little prepaid card.
Yeah, I mean, jokes about bowl games aside, I mean, I think that I think it's definitely matter of fact. I mean, that would unless it's a COVID year type of situation, I don't really see any reason why you would turn down a bowl game.
Can you imagine if we had Oklahoma and he's like, yeah, we're not playing in this bowl game?
Exactly. I don't think it sends the right message. And, and obviously, these guys work all season to get an opportunity to play on a stage like that. And look, I mean, last year the season definitely didn't go as we wanted it to go. Caleb Williams didn't play in the bowl game, but look at what a positive experience that bowl game ended up being. Kind of carried us into and through the offseason. So I think that we still have a chance to finish the season very positively if they can go out in whichever bowl they get put into and play well.
Yeah, and Lincoln might definitely need to hire a realtor because half of Palos Verdes is sliding off a mountain right now, so right into the water. So that's no fault of his own. I just think that depending on where that house might be geographically, then might need to pick up and move.
I don't think that's imminent, but
I'm saying, bro, have you not seen the updates of those houses in Palos Verdes? A lot of them,
not recently.
So they don't give insurance for like mudslides, and there's a natural disaster slowly happening on the cliffs of Palos Verdes, where a lot of these people's houses that they've poured their life savings into are in danger of sliding off the cliff into the water. And they've warned a few of these people that they may need to evacuate within the next year or so. And there's nothing insurance companies can do about it. So depending on what side of the mountain you live on in Palos Verdes, your home could be in the water within the next 2 to 5 years, depending on how fast that recession of rock and erosion is taking place.
Come be Sua's neighbor in the San Fernando Valley.
No.
We got another caller here. Let's go out to Norwalk. We got Gary in Norwalk. Welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right, Gary. How are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there with both arms. I'm just hating they lost, But
understandable.
I thought they were going to lose, but they gave it a good fight and everything, but I'm still not happy. But the thing is I'm worried about how they got this these college kids getting all this money and everything. And I seen the Nike with Oregon and all that stuff coming on like so long ago and everything, and now they're the top dogs. And I worry about the college kids coming in from high school. That it's education they're supposed to have and all that stuff, and it concerns me. So I don't know about that. What do you guys think?
I think that was happening no matter what, no matter if NIL was legal or not. SEC teams have been paying kids under the table for years and years.
I think you're absolutely right.
And
you've seen it before.
That was so much parity that you see in college football today. It's because everybody can pay to play, and it's amazing how 1 year of NIL can change the landscape of football, and how quick the conference that was known as top to bottom, the best, is now disintegrating before our eyes, and their best team potentially could have 2 to 3 losses. Being represented in the playoffs. So it just shows you what money can buy.
That's what bothers me.
Taking advantage of it, and they have taken the SEC approach, and we don't care.
Yeah,
we have unlimited
I don't blame them, but it seems like it's going to be like
needed, so,
college to me like a semi-pro.
It's not going to change.
It's going to be semi-pro
NCAA
to me.
decides to step in and try to put a salary cap, it'll just revert back to how it was with teams paying under the table. So there's nothing anybody can do about it, and NCAA never cared about these kids' education. They only cared about their cut, and they can.
You're absolutely right.
Smoke and mirrors and rules and regulations to this, and say that kids need to take a certain amount of credits, or a salary cap, or they need to be in schools. It doesn't matter. NCAA wants their cut of this tax-free money that they love collecting each year off the backs of hardworking students. So I'm not mad that these kids are getting paid.
Well, you're absolutely right, and that's the bottom line, and that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Sounds like a presidential stump speech right there.
Well, thanks for calling in.
Candidate Sue. All right, Gary, thanks for the call.
Gary out. Bye.
See you, Gary. Oh, a couple of good calls here in the last segment. All right, it is our last segment. That means it's time for us to name our ARCO top-tier performances of the game. Sua?
QJ, Quinn Joyner. Got not too many opportunities this year, but got it today, and averaged almost, I think it was 8 yards a carry. So
10 carries, 83 yards, 8.3 yards per carry.
There you go. So QJ, way to represent.
And Woody Marks went out. I mean, tough guy to lose, especially on senior day, and Quentin stepped in nicely. I'm gonna go with Mekhi Lemon. I went with him last week too, but 9 catches, 133 yards. I thought that the passing game, as we've talked about a number of times today, I thought this was one of the most, if not the most explosive the passing game looked all season. USC didn't quite have any receivers jump out and be that number one guy this year, kind of spread the wealth all season long, but Mekhi Lemon, huge last week in the win against UCLA, came back with another big game today, 9 catches for 133 yards. So he is my ARCO top-tier performance of the game. All right, time to wrap up Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo. The final score is presented by Wells Fargo, the official retail bank of USC Athletics. Today's final score was Notre Dame 49, USC 35, Trojans 6-6 to finish the regular season. Sua, any final thoughts on anything?
One play away, baby. That's it.
Theme of the season. Campaign slogan.
One play away.
Campaign slogan.
Or was it Schwartz Cravens?
Cravens
2025.
Schwartz. I'm going to put you at the top of the ticket.
Yeah, but I'll just be the figurehead, but you'll be the one pulling all the strings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? I'm surprised you'd cede that kind of responsibility.
Yeah, because when it all falls down, I'm going to be like, this whole time I haven't had any say-so over this.
You're the one at the top of the ticket. You're the one. You're the face. You're the one that...
That's okay, because they'll remember me for the free cinnamon rolls each Friday before kickoff on Saturday, and they'll remember you for your awful policies that I was forced to enforce.
This is not how it works. This is not.
They blamed Kamala for whatever Biden did,
Not
so I'm assuming the same thing will take place.
All right, everybody. Thanks for all your calls. Good calls today. We got a lot of callers today. Good calls. A lot of passionate Trojan fans out there. Appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us and your reactions to today's game, the entire season, and what comes next. What does come next is USC's bowl game. We don't know when exactly that will be or which bowl game it will be, but I think LA Bowl December 18th is a possibility.
LA Bowl, baby. LA Bowl, please.
Holiday and Vegas Bowls both on the 27th, and then the Sun Bowl New Year's Eve. So we're all voting for LA Bowl. Keep it close to home.
Yeah, what day is New Year's Eve?
December 31st.
No, I'm saying like Monday. A Monday?
I don't know.
I think it's a Monday.
I don't know. No, it's
a Tuesday. We can actually do that. We can do Sun Bowl. Like I have say so in the matter. LA Bowl or Sun Bowl? That's what I want.
All right, you heard it here. Sua Cravens, LA Bowl or Sun Bowl. All right, well, whenever that bowl game is scheduled, we will have all the action for you right here with our coverage beginning 2 hours before kickoff with the Trojan Tailgate Show. The executive producer for USC football is Matt Wells. Our producer is Rick Cutler, and in the studio is Kasim Diakate with Jose De La Roca on highlights. For Sua Cravens, I'm Jason Schwartz. Again, the Trojans fall to Notre Dame today, 49-35 in the regular season finale. This has been USC Trojans Wrap Up. Fight on, everybody.